You42 Podcast.
I know very little.
We could spend all kinds of time insulting you. That'd be fun.
No, we're not here to insult me.
Why are we here?
Because
U42.
Yeah.
We're not going to explain what U42 is in this podcast for anybody that's
No,
listening that wants to know what U42 is, because we're not going to do that. It's a media platform for people to create things.
Being behind.
Well, let's talk about who we are. I'm Holy Toledo.
Toledo.
That's what we're going to call me.
He's
that's
Holy.
That's my gaming name that I
But
made
you're
up.
not even from. You've never been to Ohio before, have you?
I'm Holy Toledo mostly because of a die-hard quote when Jeremy Irons says, "Holy Toledo, somebody had fun."
Oh.
That's
Jeremy
where I got
Irons.
my name. That's my
That's
game.
one silver fox right there.
He is sexy, isn't he?
He's a silver fox.
Keep getting silver singles emails.
Oh.
It makes me feel like I might be getting older.
Listen, you ain't pushing pappy age just yet.
Luckily, they're going into my junk mail folders.
Oh.
So silver single people, your emails are getting spammed, just so you know.
This podcast is brought to you by Silver Singles. No.
And this dumb is sitting over here. I call
The
him,
name's Dumas.
I most affectionately refer to him as. I'm going to try to control him. I'm Holy Toledo again. I'm Holy Toledo. I'm the grumpy, sane person here. This is Blue Dev.
I need another cup of coffee.
He is also a star of A Fool's Life, which is one of our productions on
It is
U42.
early in the morning. It's actually
It's
12:03.
noon. Yeah, it's noon.
Well, anyways, it's early for me.
Okay, so for the first podcast, I thought it would be relevant and particularly interesting to talk about the creation process in general. The creation process, because we're creating a podcast, right?
Well-
Like we've been told to. It's not like we are podcast
Yeah,
enthusiasts.
Big Brother literally told
Yeah, they
us,
said make a podcast or else we're going to cut your legs off.
You will do this podcast.
I don't know why the legs,
or you'll
though.
never
Why
see your family
why are they going
alive
after our
again.
legs? Anyway,
Because we can't run away. I'll put a
Ooh.
shellacking on somebody.
I meant to start a timer. We're going to try to make this 15 minutes.
Short and sweet.
Short, but not sweet, probably.
Just like I like my wives.
It's going to be short and sloppy. Let's be honest.
Also like I like my wives.
Short and sloppy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be somewhat irreverent. I'm going to try to bleep everything if I miss one. I'm
You
sorry.
can't bleep.
I'm going to try to bleep everything if I miss one. I apologize. Please don't
do you
listen to
really
this while your
mean it?
children are in the car.
This podcast is over. I'm out of here.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, the creation process. I want to talk about that. I think it's an interesting
The
subject.
creation process of games.
Of anything. Just
Yeah.
the general
We
creation
should
process.
talk about the creation process of making a mobile game that somebody, I ain't gonna say no names, Holy Toledo, tried to ruin.
Okay, let's talk about the creation process and what destroys an idea, right?
When people try to go against the grain.
So you have this idea, it's a good
Yes.
idea. You bring it to, a production environment where you have multiple people contributing, right? From
Yes.
various disciplines. We've made a lot of video games.
We made a few.
Over the past 10 years, so we know of what we speak. When it comes to the creation process, video games in particular have a lot of different parts from various different disciplines, right? So you've got artists, you've got programmers, you've got a lot of different people with a lot of different priorities.
Artists
so
rule, programmers drool.
they really do drool. It's gross. It's messy.
That's just because they're always staring at the screen and they're just looking at the Matrix. I'm pretty sure that Jacob Ruski's fingertips split into other little fingertips.
So he has like 20 fingers.
He's got like 20 fingers on the end of each of his fingertips, and that's how he's able to type so fast.
That's a lot of fingers. That's
Hey.
200 fingers.
You know math. Are you
I
sure
do.
you're not a programmer?
All right.
You've been assimilated!
Okay, so you got this idea, this little grain of an idea. You think
And
it's a
just
good
so
idea.
people know, I am on the art side.
He is. Well, we're not
Okay.
talking about games specifically. We're talking about anything. Like it was a musical idea. You got multiple people in a band
Yeah.
with different priorities, trying to producers
Yeah,
also
producers.
trying to change something or trying to come at it with their own sort of agenda, right? So you've got one person, usually one person or a small group of people that are trying to protect this idea, whether it's an idea for a video or an idea for a song or a movie or a video
Mobile
game.
game.
You're a little salty because you came in this morning yelling at me about somebody trying to change an idea.
Of a game that is so solid.
I don't know how solid it is.
Solid like a rock.
We're not going to talk about specifics. So how? Okay. I'm going to cut all
That's a
that
good
out,
song.
just so you know.
Don't cut that out. That was a #1 hit
Was it? Okay.
back in '87.
All right, so
Yeah, I had a great idea. It's actually let's give the people the real truth. Give them the truth.
what's the truth?
The truth is that I've had this idea for a game for a long time. Long time.
Okay,
And
so this is your idea.
This is my idea.
You're trying to protect this idea from me.
Yes, from the pirates of idea destruction.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm a pirate of idea destruction.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're swashbuckling all over my idea, and I don't like it. So take your Jolly Roger, okay, and skip to Maloo,
Skip
and
to
leave
the
it
loo.
alone.
Okay.
It's fine the way it is. Man, you ain't never hear it. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Did you ever hear that before?
So this is one of the pathological problems of the protector of the idea. The person, the genesis, the person that came up with the idea originally,
beginning.
thinks that it's immovable,
Knows.
right? That it's immutable, that it can't be changed, that it can't be
Shouldn't be changed.
made better.
Fine.
It can only be made worse in the eyes of the originator
Listen to this
of the
guy,
idea,
made
right?
Better. My gluteus maximus.
The problem is, and we're seeing a perfect example of it here in Blue Dev's attitude, is that it is mutable, it is changeable, it is improvable. It is also, it is also able to be destroyed and reduced to a shell of its original idea. We're not talking about your specific idea. We're talking in theoretical, philosophical.
You can be theoretical and philosophical all you want to, Socrates. Okay. You can go and
We can talk
to the
about that later. We can talk
Pantheon
about the
and sit
specifics
there
of
in
it
your
later.
Toga, and you can be philosophical all you want to. All I know
Ain't no damn toga.
is I had a great idea, and you guys are trying to butcher it.
Butcher it.
Butcher it.
Maybe we're trying to make it palatable for the rest of the world, right? There are technical constraints on things too, right?
You should tell them
Like
that
there's,
it's to
we're
make
not
it
getting
good.
into games specifically.
Yeah,
What
we
I'm
got
talking
to.
about-
We got to give the people what they want to hear.
This is talking about this. I want this podcast to be about the creation process and the intricacies of it and how it works, how we can help people, remove their egos and focus on what's best for an idea or project. Right? Because over the last 10 years, I've seen it 100 times, at least 100 times. I'm seeing it right now in your face, honestly.
I just want to punch you in your ovaries.
See, this is it. This is what I've been trying to manage. I've been Kermit for the last 10 years on the Muppet Show, trying to make sense of all you crazy people. I am Kermit. I should get a shirt that says "I am Kermit."
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, and all you crazy.
You're actually
Artists.
more of a Miss Piggy.
Okay, so the things that can destroy a creative process, right? The creative process itself can destroy something. Like you can watch it, man. You can watch an idea just get whittled down into nothing. Like you start with this idea. It's a really good idea, right?
Yeah.
You have all these people have to come in. You have texture artists, and for games specifically, you have texture artists, you have programmers, you have
Animators.
technical constraints, size limits, different things like that are going to start
Visual
eating
effects,
away at the
artists.
idea. You have to stay with it. You have to protect it. You have to try your best to win every argument, and there are
Yes.
going to be hundreds of them.
And that's a great point. You got all these aspects coming in, and when you have one idea, it's going to be hard for that one idea to be kosher with all the different aspects. I get that, but this, it's just like it's just as you're saying. It's just you guys keep trying to chip away at what is the core and what's good and what's pure.
We're
about
not
it.
trying to chip
And
away.
you're gonna make it into
Trust me, man.
like one of those.
You're talking about this specific situation.
Yeah, because I
I'm-
can't think of anything else. Because you guys are trying to ruin my life.
Okay.
My
Sensitive
life.
little man. We are not trying to ruin your life.
I'm presenting you guys. You can call me Midas.
I'm
presenting you with gold, and you guys want to turn it into tin.
It's a production process, whether it's a painting. Well, painting is more personal.
Yeah.
But whether it's a painting, whether it's music, whether it's a video game, whether it is, a movie production or a show or anything else, it's a balance of people, time, money, resources, and mostly time is what destroys video games specifically. But it's a balance of all those things. You've got to get the people involved that you need in the project without allowing them to change the original intention. Yes. And it's a constant struggle. It's like fighting water. You can't fight it at times. You've got to sort of let it adapt.
And what are we really getting at here? You see,
I'm
this
not
is
trying
what's
to
going to
convince you
happen.
of it.
I'm going to be the one to give the people what they want to hear. This is what it's about, people. Okay? What Holy Toledo is getting at is there is a division a lot of times in specifically what we do in games. There's the programming side, there's the technical side, and then there's the art side. There's the visual side. It's really that simple. You got one group of people who want things to look and play and visualize it to be awesome. And then there's the other group of people who just care about it working. They find beauty in it just working.
Well, a beautiful game that doesn't run is useless.
I get that, but a game that runs that has 2 dots on it that it's
nobody's
great
trying
that
to
they
make
don't
it into
collide
2 dots.
with each other.
Nobody's
That's
trying to
awesome.
make it into 2 dots. Who's making it Pong?
Jeez Louise, you could have fooled me.
Like, you come to us with this game, and we're like, no, we're going to make Pong instead.
I mean...
But we're not going to tell Blue Dev about it.
You know
it's
what?
Gonna be a
You're
secret.
right. You're not trying to make it Pong. But damn it, if you ain't trying to make this game like every other game. I'm trying to
Nobody's
get you guys
trying to
to
do
think
anything. We're trying to make
outside
it
the
work
box.
for platform.
You guys won't even think outside of a pyramid.
A pyramid.
Yes! That's like missing...
A 3-dimensional triangular shape.
Yeah, and it's missing a whole nother side.
What's that?
In comparison to the box.
Your bottom? Is it missing that side?
I just want you guys to just...
I'm not getting into this with you right now. We can talk about this later.
I don't know how else I can present this to you guys without y'all just saying, okay, let's do this. Why? To make it fun? No. To make it dumb.
That's one of the big ones in video games is fun. The fun versus the technical sort of possibility of it. Making sure that it's technically feasible, that it runs, and making sure that it's balanced. Even game design itself can destroy fun. But that's specific to games. A lot of the people that are listening to this probably aren't making video games. That's not a very common job.
Yeah, but it still pertains to...
It does. It comes back to not allowing the production process, the world, time constraints, money constraints, resource constraints to destroy the original idea of whatever creation you're making.
Hashtag stick to your vision.
Stick to your vision.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to be open to people that are actually trying to improve the original vision. Not in this specific case. Don't get all grumpy face now. That's everything
not a
to
good
do with the
way to
original
say
idea.
it. No, you should know when somebody's making it better or worse, because you can add and subtract to something.
That's true.
And it can make it good or worse. If you subtract from something, it can make it better.
It can.
That's what
like if
editing does.
If I subtracted you from this podcast, it would make it better. It's true.
We just edited your voice out. That would make this better.
Nobody's
You're ruining
editing
my
anything.
idea.
Nobody's ruining anything.
Golly. I can't believe you.
Okay,
guys.
I thought that's enough for now, unless you want to keep going on this topic.
When are we going to talk about my damn game that y'all trying to ruin?
We'll talk about it when we're all in the same room. We can't talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead, get them on in here too.
So
Damn programmers.
So this podcast again will be aimed toward creators. We're in the process of creating a podcast, and we don't even know. This podcast could be crap. It's probably already crap. We have just started it, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it's going to change. Maybe I'll protect it from Blue Dev's.
Then you protect
ill will.
yourself. How about you protect yourself from yourself?
Protect myself from myself.
Yeah. No, I think we have definitely gotten the point across that in the end, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's true. You have to be able to work within a team.
Right. And also, remember these wise words. The Febreze doesn't always smell like pork rinds. But when you spray it in your nose, it's always going to come out your pores.
That's good.
Chicken noodle soup.
That makes a lot of sense.
Chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle soup. So your stance on this is protect it at all costs. Destroy anything in your way.
Preferably decapitation or gouging out the eyeballs. Yes.
Go for the eyes.
Yes. If somebody's trying to change your idea.
Right.
If they're presenting you with something that's going to improve it, then you can bring them up in the classes. Maybe make them a sergeant, an admiral. There we go.
That's good.
But if they try to change it, decapitation or eye gouging.
My point is to drop your ego right away. Get rid of the ego. It only interferes with a team environment.
Oh yeah, I definitely would decapitate you.
And and try to identify when someone's trying to improve the project.
Yes. Holy Toledo's right to be.
But I'm egalitarian. I have to be. I've been Kermit all these years, after all.
You are looking a little greenish.
I would like to, at the end of all these podcasts, I'd like to read a quote from someone that has something to say about the topic that we've been discussing.
Do you have a quote?
I do have a quote.
Yeah.
Okay, this quote is, "This is my project."
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion is wrong. I'm sorry. "This is my project. If any of you try to change it, I will fire all of you." Who said that?
Can I phone a friend?
No.
I said that!
Just before we started the podcast, that's what you said to me. You said, "This is my project. If any of you try to change it, I will fire all of you." Yep. That's what you said.
I'm pretty sure that's not what I said. And unless you have that recorded, I'm going to have to plead the fifth.
Okay, for the real quote, this is Chuck Palahniuk. Do you know who Chuck Palahniuk is? It's a writer. Wrote such books as
I don't read
Fight
books.
Club, which you've probably seen the movie.
Books hurt my brain.
Invisible Monsters, Choke. He's a good author. Anyway, he said, "I fall in love with an idea, obsess over it, isolate myself with it, and when I eventually introduce it to my friends, they all tell me that it's stupid." I thought that was a good quote.
Sounds like me.
It's worth having friends to tell you it's stupid. Don't forget about that.
Also worth having friends to eye gouge.
As we continue with the podcast, we will rip open the creation process and talk about all the little parts of it.
Yes.
All the little greasy, gross, grimy, stupid parts
We're
of
here to
creating
keep it real.
anything.
We're here to keep it real. Been doing this for a while now.
We've seen the insides of it all.
We've seen the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the ins and the outs.
It's mostly stinky and
It
gross
is.
and grimy
It smells like a paper mill.
and bloody. Yeah.
And butt. And poop.
All right. Well, I think that's it for now.
With a little mixture of toe jam.
We're probably going to stop this and then start another
Throw
one.
in some cat urine in there as well. That's what it generally smells
Okay,
like.
that's enough. I'm just going to fade us out.
Also, if you're ever on
as we
I-95, you're
talk.
rolling through North Carolina, there's certain sections that smells like a pig farm. It could probably smell like that too.
It's not all pretty.
Also, the inside of the dog's ear that has bad ear infection.
But it's all,
smells-
I guess we could talk about your game idea now. I think it's dumb. I think we're not going to make it. I think it's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
You
You too. You
I'll
can go
take-
f yourself.
You know
How about
what?
that?
I'll go.
You can take that idea and stick it up your hole.
I'm going to take my idea and I'm going to go present it to Atari.
Atari?
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Damn
Bunch
right.
of work at Atari.
Hey, they made Pong.
They made Pong, and they're gonna make your life miserable.
They're gonna make me rich.
You're gonna make yourself.
You guys are gonna be miserable.
It's not gonna work out for you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm turning it off right now.